Imagine going to the doctor because your knee is in excruciating pain. You can barely walk, your doctor says, I have your diagnosis, you have leg disorder. Or even better, they just say, you have leg. It sounds like a joke, right? Pretty useless. But if you have chronic jaw pain, this is exactly what the medical industry does to you. Let's talk about TMJ and TND. TMJ stands for temporomandibular joint. It's literally just the name of the body part. If a doctor tells you you have TMJ, they've just informed you that you possess a jaw. It's so stupid it beggars belief. And then there's TMD, temporomandibular disorder or dysfunction. These are ridiculously, stupidly vague umbrella diagnoses. All they mean is there's something wrong with your jaw. They aren't proper diagnoses. They're a rubbish bin that you get thrown in when they don't want to look at the mechanics of the problem. So why on earth would the medical field be so vague about the jaw in ways that they would never be about the spine or a knee? Think about the function of the jaw, the primary function, biting. It involves the teeth being pushed together by the jaw muscles. When you bite down, there are reciprocal forces being exerted on the jaw joint and the connected muscles. Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. For the system to work without tearing itself apart, your bite and your jaw joint need to align with sub-millimeter accuracy. But when you go to a maxillofacial surgeon, that sub-millimeter physics goes right out the window. They will happily send you for an MRI scan of your joint. But in my experience, they're entirely blinkered towards one thing: surgery. If something is damaged or out of place on the scan, they will be happy to cut you open. None of them seem the slightest bit interested in investigating underlying mechanical problems, like, for instance, your bite displacing your jaw in the first place. I've had specialists literally step back, close one eye, look at my bite and tell me it looks fine. Given how incredibly small and complex the jaw joint is, visually eyeballing a potentially millimeter scale mechanical problem underneath the patient's skin is ridiculous negligence. Now, I need to be very clear. I'm not claiming that every single jaw problem is caused by the teeth. To say it's always the teeth would be just as reductionist as the TMD label itself. My point is that the vagueness of the TMD umbrella is enabling the profession to neglect us. By grouping every patient into one bucket, they can ignore the subgroup whose problems are dental. When I've tried to explain to these surgeons that my teeth are the root cause of my jaw being displaced, I've faced angry denial. And why the anger? Because if they admit the teeth are my problem, they have to admit a horrifying truth. They're doing irreversible surgeries on the victims of dental harm. Orthodontics can ruin a person's bite, a bad bite can ruin a person's joint, and the surgeon would sooner replace the joint than fix the bite. Once the doctor starts turning a blind eye to systemic harm, they are much more likely to dig their heels in than turn around and admit that they've been treating the symptom while ignoring the cause. If you have been told that you have TMD or TMJ, you haven't been diagnosed, you've been dismissed.